Hey, Diamonds, what's going on? So I am binge watching season 1 of Bling Empire, New York. And I just finished episodes 3 and 4, and it's getting good, child. So, Dorothy and Tina, they friends, and they got this friend named Richard. Now, Richard owns this health and wellness business, right? So Richard called Tina or Dorothy, one of them. He called them and invited them to his business because Dorothy and Tina and myself, they have sleep insomnia, right? Can't go to sleep for shit in the world. You understand what I'm saying? So he was like, well, why don't y'all come to my health and wellness business and I, get some doctors to kind of evaluate y'all, and help y'all with y'all sleep insomnia. And Dorothy was like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. Right. So they hung up the phone. So Richard, whatever day he invited them to come, they never showed up. They didn't call. He called them. They didn't return his calls. They didn't answer none of that shit. So Richard mad as hell, right? So Dorothy and Tina get set up on these blind dates by Richard. So they getting ready and they going to the place where they meeting these blind dates. Well, Richard had his ass there and he was mad. So, Dorothy and Tina like, damn, what's the vibe? You mad? You seem like you upset about something. Like, what's going on? We got dates and shit. Like, what's up? So he was like, yeah, well, I want to talk to y'all before y'all dates get here because I'm feeling some type of way. And Dorothy like, about what? And he was like, well, I invited y'all to come to my health and wellness business and y'all didn't show up. Y'all didn't answer the phone. Y'all didn't send a text, nothing. I had doctors waiting to help y'all, right? And so Dorothy was like, well, first of all, you asked us to come, right? And he's like, yeah. She was like, okay, so you asked us to come. We didn't ask you. And we didn't show up. No, we didn't, because I felt some type of way. And he was like, well, why you feel some type of way? She was like, because for one, you sent me that message, that long ass email and expected me to read that at 2 in the morning when I told your ass I'm having sleep problems in the first place, right? And no, I didn't come because every time you invite me to something, just like at your, at the cancer event, he had asked Dorothy, do she know any celebrities that can come host it? And so Dorothy was like, like last time, you always want me to do things for you or support you based on my followers, because Dorothy got like over 1 million followers and shit, and Tina do too. And Tina was like, yeah, I feel some type of way too, because every time you talk to me, you always talking about my audience, you understand? And so Dorothy was like, well, so no, we didn't come to your health and wellness because you're not finna get no publicity over here. You ain't finna do no clout chasing with me, right? So he got mad and he left or whatever. So Dorothy had planned a trip for them to go to Long Island to this house. And so in the group, there's this girl named Nam. Nam is a very spoiled, rich Asian kid who father financed her whole life. Like, and he done told her, you spending too much goddamn money. I can't wait for your ass to graduate because I'm cutting your ass off. And, she don't know what to do about herself, right? So she, on her way in the car, going, talking with Dorothy. And, Dorothy was telling her, like, yeah, I just feel some type of way with Richard because, he want to say we friends, but are we friends? Because every time, we talk or hang out, it's always something about my social media, my following and stuff like that. That's clout chasing. So I don't feel he genuine. Now, Nam didn't say shit the whole car ride, right? So when they were sitting at the dinner table, Nam tried to defend Richard. And, Dorothy felt some type of way because Dorothy was like, well, bitch, I was just sitting in the car with you this whole time and you ain't say shit about him. Now you want to defend him? So Richard and his girlfriend Vika get there. Right. So Richard was like, yeah, what was said? And Nam was like, well, Dorothy feel you not genuine and she feel that you very, very pushy when it comes to your business or anything like that. And so, that's what the conversation was. And he was like, well, how do you feel? So Nam was like, you want the truth? Because if you want the truth, you are pushy. Right. So he got mad or whatever. So the trip went the way it went. There wasn't nothing much to tell, right? So Tina talked to Deborah. Now, you remember Deborah don't like Dorothy, right? And Dorothy don't like Deborah. Well, Tina finally talked to Deborah, and Deborah was like, okay, well, we can meet up and eat at this restaurant and discuss our differences, right? So Dorothy was like, y'all gonna keep asking me to be this bitch friend and talk to her. I guess I'll go to the little restaurant and hear what she got to say. Dorothy get to the restaurant. Do you know Deborah didn't even show up being petty? Then had the host of the restaurant give Dorothy a note and say, yeah, I'm not gonna make it. She was paying Dorothy back for being petty that day, ignoring Deborah and her husband with the 27 piece, the weave. That's why Deborah did that. And so, Dorothy probably figured now, like, I done came to hear what this bitch had to say. She stood me up. Don't ask me to be this bitch friend no more. I'm watching.